Well, they did it, yo. They did it. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Michaela Love Gymnastics. In today's episode, we will be recapping the entire World's 2023 from Antwerp, Belgium. Um, I decided just to do one video instead of doing breakdowns after each event finals because I didn't want to. Sorry for the beeping noise. I'm at work, so we could make it do what it do. So, first of all, I did a video recapping the men's team finals. So if you haven't seen that video, it's linked in the description. So we're going to start from women's team. So let's start off with the first event, women's team finals. Women's team finals started off with a bang, with a clusterfuck when Jocelyn Robertson, who was brought to this team specifically to do vault, injured herself in vault in practice, in podium training. So she was carried out of the arena and she was out of vault. Later that we learned she was out of the rest of the event, but we haven't gotten there yet. So she was out of vault. So then Leanne took her place. So Leanne basically had to do the all-around in team finals because she was doing every event. She had to take over Jocelyn's 2 events, plus all the events that she was doing. Plus they already chose her to do beam over Sky in team finals because Sky fell in qualifications. So off bat, women team finals was starting off with a banger. A banger. So, come to the first event, I think Charlize Jones went up first on vault. Then GB went up, and GB sent up Champion. So then America sent up Leanne taking Jocelyn's place. And then GB sent up Ruby Evans, who did an Arminar very poorly in qualification. So they watered it back down to your Chinko double twist. Simone then goes up and does one of the best challenges she's ever done in her career. And then GB goes up, and then Jessica Gadarova falls on her chong. And we're like, oh, GB, are you in trouble, girl? Like, what's the tea now? Like, so if y'all remember on the show that I used to be a part of, we was always talking about if GB's decision to upgrade these vaults were worth it. And it looked like it wasn't. It looked like it's possibly cost them one of their big superstars. But we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten it yet. So then Team Brazil starts on uneven bars, and they actually go through uneven bars cleanly. They do not fall. They hit all 3 uneven bars routine, and everybody is like, OMG, is this really going to happen? Is Brazil going to get their act together and actually do what they're capable of doing? So Brazil goes, they do great on uneven bars. China goes, and they also slays uneven bars down, and everybody's like, oh, China? Girl, China girl, is that you? Yes, girl, come on in, girl. Come on in, girl. We've been missing you from the sport of gymnastics for a long time, girl. Please walk through the doors of greatness. So China does great on uneven bars. They score a high 13 and 2 14s. France is over there on floor, doing good, but sliding through. So then we move off into the next round. Everybody was doing pretty decently the first round. It's the second round where everything that I remember turns up and turns out, right? Second round, Team USA goes to uneven bars. First, they put up. Leanne goes up. Leanne does a clean routine. She gets the score that she gets. Simone goes up. She does a clean routine. She gets the scores that she gets. Charlize goes up. She does a clean routine. She gets the scores that she gets. Clearly, USA is about to win this thing. Walking away with this thing. No competitions. No competitions down. But then GB is on uneven bars too. And Jessica went up and she did good. But Georgia May Fenton basically flew off of the bars doing her her Van Leeuwen skill. And it was like a weird ass fall where it was like, is she dismounting or is she doing a release move? Like, what's going on, Georgia May Fenton, honey girl? What's going on? So then GB, everybody's looking like, ooh, GB, they're not doing the thing over there. But Brazil is on beam. Remind y'all this. Brazil is on beam at this point in time. And Brazil is, again, I think they counted one fall. But overall, Flavia did good and Rebecca did good. So overall, they're still doing good. France is over there on vault, where Melanie did the best Yurchenko double twist, I think, of all time. And basically got a 10 on vault. She got a 14-4 vault score with a Yurchenko double. That's better than people were getting doing Rudy's and doing Chong's at this competition. So she basically got a 10. The vault is only worth a 5.0. So if she got a 4.4, they only gave her 6/10 of deductions. She basically got a 10 on vault, basically. So France is like, oh, France. What's T girl? What we doing over there? What's going on? What's going on? Are y'all not gonna only go two girl? Y'all want to come into the Hall of Greatness? What's T? So then we move over to the third rotation. And the third rotation was going to be the third rotation. Leanne Juan fell on Bleeding, a really weird ass fall that we have never seen Leanne fall like that before, but it is what it is. And she also balked her double twist dismount. So was this, should they have used Sky on Beam? I think they should have, but that's neither here nor there because that's what happened, right? So Simone went on Beam and did good. She did Charlize went on Beam and did good, did Charlize Jones type things, and then Simone went on Beam and did good and did Simone Biles type things. And the USA was running away with this thing. GB went on Beam. Jessica got a rover fell. And they just had some other weird things happen. And GB was looking like they were not involved in this competition. Now, China also was here. The second rotation, China went to Beam. And just like China slayed the house down on bars, China slayed the house down on Beam. And everybody was like, oh, China's going to come in second place. Until China had to go to this 2 weekends event. Now they're on floor. And I'm not saying that China did bad on floor. They gave everything that they had. It's just everything they had wasn't that great. But they were still in the top 3 after floor. I think they were still second after floor. Brazil was in third after Brazil also was on floor, and I think they were in third place. Now Brazil clearly showed up and showed out on floor with Rebecca Andrade and Flavia Saraiva and Jada Barbosa, but they didn't use Jada Barbosa in team finals. They used Julia Suarez, which people didn't agree with that decision, but Julia and Jada is about the same on floor, so I could see why Team Brazil went in that direction. But then the fourth and final event happened, baby, and Team USA went to floor, and they turned up and turned out. Everybody did good. It was no competition. Simone Biles basically did the best floor routine she's ever done in her damn competitive career at that competition. GB went to vault. I mean, GB was also on floor, but they were so far behind and they were going out of balance and carrying on. So GB basically washed themselves out of this competition. Brazil went to vault though. And Jada hit one of the best vaults she ever done. Flavia hit one of the best vaults she ever done. And Rebecca still had to deal with her Chung vault, and Brazil was in second place. So then the battle was between third place. It was between Italy, which I've really overshadowed a lot in this conversation. It's just because I didn't pay attention to what the Italians had going on. But after 3 events, they were trying to fight it out for the third place, and they were on uneven bars, which was an event they should have been able to secure the bronze medal over China because, the Italians are good on uneven bars. The first Italian girl goes up, she slays the house down boots. Italian girl goes up, she slays the house down boots. The Italians saw they was walking away with the bronze medal after this thing. Alice D'Amato goes up and she blows that uneven bar routine, and yeah, she basically cost the Italians the bronze medal. China was up there doing everything that they could possibly do on vault, but they just had Yurchenko fulls and Sukahara fulls, and they just didn't have the start values. But France went to balance beam and they balance beam their motherfucking ass off. And Melanie did probably the best balance beam routine of her damn life, and France came in third place. So we got to move on to the next piece of hot juicy tea from this world championship, which was Fred Richards. Fred Richard. It's not Richards. It's Richard. Yes, I know I speak with an accent, but I'm saying Richard, even though y'all might hear Richards. So, with that being said, and with that being established, I'm saying Richard, but y'all are hearing Richards. With that being said, Mr. Fred Richard, no, he did not go to this competition and win this all-around competition. Yes, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. The Japanese young man won this competition. Yes, the Ukrainian young man came in second place at this competition. But we don't give a damn about all that. We give a damn about our boo Fred Richards, baby. The 19-year-old gymnastics superstar phenom. Phenom. Let's put some respect on daddy's name, Mr. Fred Richard. So let's break down his all-around performance at this competition. He started off on floor exercise, doing one of his better floor exercise routines of the season, sticking most of his tunnel passes or just taking a slight 1/10 touching on most of his tunnel passes. No big deal. Then he did probably the best pommel horse routine that he did of this entire competition, scoring something like a 14-3 or a 14-4. I will put the score up right here. Then after that happened, he went to Rings and did a good job. Now, Rings isn't Fred's best event, but he did the best of his ability on that event at that current moment in time. Then he went to vault. And normally he does the handspring double front vault, which is in women's, it's called a Prutanova. I think in the men's cuddle point, it's called a roach or something like a roach. A roach. But he switched it up. He did the Sukahara 2.5 or the Kaz 1.5 twist and stuck that thing cold, clean in the air, no form deductions. He got one of the highest execution scores on vault of the competitions and got one of the highest scores on vault of the all-arounders. Now, the all-arounders, they hover around between a 5-2 and a 5-6 on vault for the men. So his 5-2 vault was there with the rest of the men on the vault or whatever. So at this point on 4 events, Fred Richards was in like second place, eating the kids down. Then he went to parallel bars and had one of his better parallel bar routines of this competition too, and was in second place after the competition. Fred Richards was eating the children down. Everybody thought he was going to come in second place at this competition. Then Daddy went to high bar. And Daddy did the thing on high bar that a lot of the Americans do, which was fall. But I just want to give some credence to this fall. Fred Richards had a perfect competition up until high bar, right? And I know people is making this comparison with Sam McCooley, which I do not like. They're saying that, well, this is the same competition that Sam has. No, Sam No, because Sam was not as good as Fred was on two events, which is Pommel Horse and which is Vault. So we just ain't gonna do that. This was more on the lines of a Paul Hahn than Sam McCoolette, and we're not gonna disrespect this Black King by comparing him to Sam McCoolette. We will compare him to Paul Hahn and Paul Hahn alone. Thank you. Now let's talk about the crown jewel event of this competition, which is the crown jewel event of any gymnastics event, which is the women all around competition. The results were Simone Biles came in first, Rebecca Andrade came in second, and Charlize Jones came in third. The results will go right here. So let's talk about it. So it started off on vault right now. Again, another big withdrawal happened at this competition. Jessica Gadarova pulled out of the event. And in the words of Spencer and Jessica for gymnastics, most of the big players fell in the first rotation. So it really was just between Charlize, Rebecca, and Simone the entire 4 rotations. And in all honesty, it kind of felt like the 3 girls was in their correct spots at the end of the event, right? We're not gonna hold y'all up too long with this one. Simone started off with vault and literally did the best chung that Simone has ever did and scored a 15-1. Then we go to Rebecca Andrade, who did another great chung and scored something like a 14-9. Then we do Charlize, who did a really phenomenal, one of the best Yurchenko doubles she's done at this competition vault. Then we go to uneven bars, and Charlize did, Charlize Jones things and scored a high 14 score on the even bars. Simone did a great uneven bars routine in the all-around competition and also scored a mid 14 score. And Reby did one of her better uneven bar routines and also scored a high 14 score. So after 2 events, Simone was in first, Reby was in second, and Charlize was in third. Well, I think after 2 events, it was Simone in first, Charlize was in second, and Reby was in third. But then we go to balance beam, where I think Simone had a small break, but nothing major. And I think the same thing with Reby. I think she was just a little shaky in her beam routine. And I think Charlize did another one of probably her best beam routine of the entire World Championships in the all-around competition. And going into the final event, Simone was in first. I believe Rebecca Andrade was in second at this point, and Charlize Jones was in third. And going into flirtatize, Charlize did great. On her front full layout, her steps was off, so she kind of, round off back handspring double tuck from a stop position, which was incredible. Rebecca Andrade did like the best floor routine of her damn life, securing her second place spot. And then Simone, even though Simone had a weird error where she tripped or slipped or something doing her switch full leap or whatever, so she didn't get credit for that. So she got like a mid 14 score, which is great for first size, and she won that thing easily. After we get to the first day of event finals, the first day of event finals started off on men's flirtatize. In all honesty, Fred didn't win or win a medal, so I have no clue who medaled on the men's side of men's flirtatize. But to whoever you are, congratulations, sir, you did the damn thing. So then we goes to women vault. So women vault, the results end up being Rebecca Andrade, gold, Simone Biles, silver, Yo end up winning the bronze medal. And here's how it breaks down. So Yo was supposed to do her Yo vault handspring double twist in front, At least that's what she submitted on the screen. I will put a picture here. But she ended up doing her Rudy, which, in all honesty, might be the best Rudy vault that we've ever seen of all times. It might even be better than Alicia Sacramone's Rudy vault. It might literally be the best Rudy vault that we've ever seen of all times. And then her second vault, which was a Yurchenko double twist, was eating the kids up. She clearly was the second best vaulter of everybody who wasn't doing a Chung and Yurchenko double. Then we have Simone Biles coming in second place. Now, Simone Biles did a really good Chung vault, but her issue was her Yurchenko double pipe, which she completely and utterly over-rotated, which there might be a video coming soon, which is like, can we say goodbye to the Yurchenko double pipe at this point? Can she never do this vault again? And then the winner of the competition was Rebecca Andrade, who did a amazing Chung, probably the second best Chung of the entire competition. I think Simone's Chung from All Around Finals was slightly better, but I think Rebecca's Chung from Vault Finals was the second best Chung of the entire competition. And of course, Rebecca eats the kids down with her Yurchenko double once again, and she won Vault Finals quite easily. Then we move over to Pommel Horse. Now, I don't know a lot about Pommel Horse, so I'm just trying my hardest right here. I know Reese from Ireland came in first, and I know Coy came in second. And to the gentleman that came in third place, congratulations to you, but we're talking about Coy right now. Coy came in second place, and he did the damn thing. Finally, and this made it so that every individual event medalist from this World Championships from the Americans was one of their black gymnasts, whether it was male or female, and that right there made my MFing day. Then we go over to women's on uneven bars, and we start off with Charlize. Now, Charlize did probably the easiest version of the routine and scored probably like a tenth and a half or less than she did during the hardest version of the routine. So I don't think it was a bad decision. Then we had Kalia Newmar, who, as y'all saw the video, I think won this competition. And she did everything except, but she didn't connect her Newmar to her pack. But everything else was done flawlessly, and she scored like a 15 something. And then we had the Chinese girl, and I'm not trying to disrespect her. Y'all just know I can't pronounce names, and I'm not going to try to disrespect this girl and mispronounce her name. So I'm just going to call her the Chinese gymnast. And she did a really good bar routine. She connected her in-bar full to her downing, which gave her a couple of tenths more of start value. But once again, if I was judging this routine, Kalia Newmar would have been the world champion, and she would have been the silver medalist. Now, I think Charlize Jones winning the bronze medal was absolutely correct. I don't think nobody outside of the top two was challenging Charlize for that bronze medal on uneven bars. Then we go to the men on rings, and once again, congratulations to the gentlemen who won this competition. I just don't know who you are. So then we go to day 2 of men's event finals, and then we have vault. And again, we start off with Coy on vault once again, and Daddy came through and ate vault down. And if he just was doing harder vaults, I think he would have won. But he just lost on start value. But he did the best 2 vaults of this vault finals at that competition. He did the Marion Rudy, which is the Randy, which is the handspring 2.5 twist in front layout vault. And then he did the Biles 1 vault, which is round off half on layout double front layout with a double twist. Paul Judah also was in this vault final, and he started off with the Biles 2 vault, which is the Yurchenko double pipe, and I think he did the Sukahara 2.5 twist as his second vault. I think Paul ended up in like 5th place at this competition. Ahead of Coy was the Jake, I can't think of his last name, from GB. He did a damn Sukahara 3.5 twist vault, which was like, wow. And his second vault was a Dragulescu. So he just beat Coy on start value. He didn't beat Coy because he did better vaults than Coy. He beat Coy because he had higher start values than Coy, which is fine. Third place was a Ukrainian guy, and it wasn't the correct Ukrainian guy either. So Igor should have won bronze, but he came in fourth. So then we goes over to women's balance beam, where Simone wins. And I don't know what happened after Simone went. I know Simone wins. One again, the Chinese girls. I'm not going to disrespect her by mispronouncing her name. Came in second place. Simone wins with a 14.8. The Chinese girl comes in second place with a 14.7, and Rebecca Andrade, surprise, surprise, comes in third place with a 14.1. And then we goes over to men parallel bars, where Asher and Yul Modower were Asher Hong and Yul Modower were both in this event finals, but they didn't win, so I didn't pay it no attention. So shout out to all the men in the parallel bars event finals. God bless you, and I'm happy for you and your family. Then it goes to women floor, which is the marquee event for me. Simone wins. Rebecca comes in second. And the most glorious medal of them all, Flavia Saraiva, comes in third place. Mama finally wins her individual world medal at the same time as she finally wins her first medal. So congratulations to the Brazilians. Y'all ate this world championships down. Y'all ate this world championships down. Now, of course, y'all know we ended up on men's high bar. Fred was in there. Fred didn't win it, so I didn't watch it. So, with that being said, the Americans walked away with the men with the bronze medal in the team, the women with the gold medal in the team, the men with the bronze medal in the all around, the women with a gold and bronze medal in the all around, the women with the silver medal on vault, the men with the silver medal on pommel horse, the women with the bronze medal on uneven bars, the men with the silver medal on vault, the women with the gold medal on beam, and the women with the gold medal on floor. This was a very successful world championship for the Americans on the men's side of the sport and on the women's side of the sport. All of the medals from the Americans was won, individual medals were won by 4 gymnasts. Their names are Simone Biles, Charlize Jones, Fred Richard, and Koi Young. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to this episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.